Welcome in, everybody, to the Penny Gymnasium here in Farmingdale, Maine. A busy night of basketball on Munzing Media. Over in Gardner tonight, Robin Gary of the Tigers, the Halldale Bulldogs here. On Munzing Media, the Boothbay Seahawks in town. Chris Wheeler's going to do double duty on this JV contest. He's going to handle our color commentary and our production. Evan Grady's on the camera. My name's Rob Kennedy. Looking forward to this one. Traditional rivals, Boothbay and Halldale in the Mountain Valley Conference. We got both games tonight, starting with the JV contest first, and the varsity game to follow about 20 minutes or so after the JV concludes. Starting lineups look like this tonight. Let's start with the visitors. Tyler Barter, a sophomore in the starting lineup, number 30. Nace Lawless, a 6'2 junior. 6'2 freshman Finn Harkins, number 42. Lawless is number 40, incidentally. Sam Page, number 50, a 5'9 junior. And Luke Morley, a 6'2 freshman, starting tonight for Coach Bruce Oren's Boothbay Seahawks. Bulldogs start this way. Aiden Beal, number 1. He's actually wearing 15 is what he'll be wearing tonight, his 215, so I think he's got one of those 5s wiped out. Nick Brown will start tonight. Keegan Charette wearing number 11 this evening. Nick Dyer's worn that number before. I don't think I see him down on the bench. Jarius Pauly and Ricky Elliott also starting for Halldale, who are down from the varsity ranks to play in this JV game tonight. They'll be in the varsity lineup as well. Halldale's got the ball. They will start those white uniforms. You'll see Nick Brown handle the ball quite a bit, number 5. Elliott's baseline puts the shot up, and it won't quite go. Luke Morley on the rebound. Skied above everyone to grab that. Quick first shot from Sam Page. A little too strong. The rebound down to Charette for Halldale. See him get right back to Nick Brown. He'll run the offense. Elliott again. Now it's Charette. Charette was hitting him from every place in warm-ups tonight. See if that continues into the game. Jarius Pauly lets it go. And a little bit of a hop there first. Got the traveling violation.
Yeah, and something I did notice is that Jarius Pauly is wearing the number 51 instead of 5.
Oh, yeah, he's got a little white tape 1 there, so. Oh, we should just go 5A and 5B. Strong take from Finn Harkins, just a little offline. Bulldogs on the rebound. Brown tried to slash through and put the brakes on a little too late. It was cut off quickly from Tyler Barter, and that's why Brown had no root underneath. Harkins crossing the timeline for the Hawks. Nice pass underneath, and Charette will pick up the foul. Luke Morley on the pass to Sam Page, and Page goes to the line. Page will get one more. And 1 out of 2 for Sam Page with our first point of the game. Beal with the basketball this time. Elliott and Charette setting the pick. Excellent help out defense coming over from Luke Morley, though, who altered that shot. Don't think he officially got a hand on it for a block, but that was the reason for the miss. Morley again. Seahawks resets. Lawless. Forced back by Pauly. Pauly's right there in his face now. Now Pauly's up to wrestle the ball away and did. Stole it from Finn Harkins. Pauly took it himself. Got the finger roll. The Bulldogs on the score sheets. Morley again looking inside for Page. The pass was there for a moment. Lawless, strong take. Brown with that crossover. And you saw that. Indecisive for a moment from Ricky Elliott. Traveling violation. Mine gets hung up sometimes when you want to take that step, whether you think you want to do it or not. You don't put the ball down and don't decide.
Yeah, and you shuffle your feet.
Hear the whistle every single time. Finn Harkins, now to Morley. Almost stolen by Beal. Barter couldn't get in. Lawless will try. Bulldogs keeping the Seahawks to the outside. Luke Morley. Oh, sweet baseline jumper. It's a 3-point lead now for the visitors. And a timeout call from Dana Lawrence, the Bulldogs head coach. First timeout taken in this game.
Yeah, we'll look at that Pauly steal right here.
And Jerry is just being aggressive, coming out and ripping that ball away. Lawless passed it back, and Pauly followed the basketball.
Just takes it and go.
That was the first tough play. The second is to lay that in with Finn Harkins chasing him down.
He was right with him the entire step, every step he took.
And the lone bucket of the contest so far for the Bulldogs. Taking a look at both teams. I want to change the scoreboard, though. It says Maranacook and not Boothbay. They were here last time. It's always one thing that's forgotten in production, isn't it?
Always.
I do the same thing in my game notes. There's one thing I miss every single time, and you realize it right when the cameras start to roll.
Exactly. We've been up here doing games since all fall, and you get the Halldale ones right, and you don't get the other ones right.
I've seen a lot of teams come through, and Maranacook, of course, not a usual visitor. Boothbay is. Bulldogs and Seahawks have had some battles in this gym over the years.
Here we go.
Brown out of the timeout. Elliott's had a little look. Closed down by Lawless quickly. Lawless, the quick hands, has the basketball. Good dexterity to hold on to that, too, as it went between his legs, and he refound it. Short bench for the Seahawks tonight, too. Just 2 players over there. Easy for Coach Orrin to maintain social distance with just 2 men on the bench. Page drives. Tough shot with Brown there. He got his own rebound. And Brown picks up the loose ball. Nick Brown into the corner. Elliott for 3. Rattles out. Pauly the rebound. He's got both buckets for Halldale. The boys in blue by 1. Lawless outside. Barter's got a 3 on the way. It rimmed out. Jarius Pauly on the rebound. Harkins had it for a moment. And Pauly crept in from behind. Charette drives the baseline and hits. Tough shot, too, with Luke Morley there almost blocking it. And the Bulldogs, their first lead at 6-5. Morley to Page. Mismatch there. Charette came in and got the block. I think they got Brown first, though.
Take a look at that real quick.
Not an easy shot, too, as you watch Morley come over. There's that big hand, and Keegan Charette just laid it up on top. Foul was Nick Brown's first. And Page will get one more. That one won't go either. Charette with the basketball now. Scratch, that was Elliott's, not Charette. Ricky Elliott. He had the basket. Lawless has to get rid of it and did. Got it back, though. Now Page. Page up over Zach Brown, who just came in. Keegan Belrose yanks down the rebounds. Belrose, our Caps' Pizza player of the game the last time the Bulldogs JV played here. Brown for 3. Tried to stick that from long range and came close. Zach Brown on the shot. Nick Brown on the steal. Elliott into Charette. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Finn Harkins.
Look at that Elliott take right here.
Yeah, Rookie does a good job, too, as he almost lost the ball. It was poked away, but he found it.
He kept it right close to him.
I'm going to hit him in the knee. There's Belrose. That's rejected. Morley was waiting for that. Unfortunately for him, he hit it back to Zach Brown. Foul called in that loose ball after the shot. That's on Ricky Elliott. That's Ricky's second. Bulldogs call for 3 fouls here in the first quarter. Boothbay still not whistled for an infraction yet. Morley had a step and a couple inches, missed the shot, but Page won't. It's a 1-point game again. First hoop for Sam Page. He had one from the line. 3 points total for him. Zach Brown to Nick Brown. Zach sets the screen. Nick takes the shot and hits.
Rebound.
What a rainmaker that was. Up into the rafters and down for Nick Brown.
I think that came down with some snow on it.
Yeah, came down wet is the old expression. Here it's in Maine, you're right, came down snowy. Lawless, he split the defense. Great move. 4 now for Nace Lawless. Great first quarter here between these two teams when it comes to entertainment. Elliott. Lawless staring him down. Page makes the steal. Page bounced that a little high but controlled it. Reverse layup wouldn't go. Ricky Elliott will blaze down the sideline. Belrose had it stripped. First foul of the game against the Seahawks goes to Nace Lawless.
So we'll look at that Nick Brown 3 right here.
Does it even stay on our camera screen? Let's see if it goes up too high. Nope, It does come out. Went up that high. I was just joking when I said that. I didn't realize it went that far up. Belrose at the line to shoot a couple. And he'll get one more. Grafe Clark is in now.
Ben Nathan's coming in next, I think, for
Nathan will take Belrose's spot, no doubt, if Keegan hits this. So Nathan will have to wait a little bit. Still a 2-point game. Barter's bounce pass. Loose on the floor. Got it back to Harkins off the glass. Close, but no. Nick Brown across to Belrose. Brown saved it, but to Finn Harkins. Harkins carrying it himself. Morley for 3. Long rebound. Tyler Barter ran it down in the corner. Barter baseline. And that's 3 now on Ricky Elliott. I think we'll see the last of Ricky for a while. He's got 3 of the 4 Halldale fouls. Here comes Ben Nathan in for Keegan Charette, or Keegan Belrose, rather. Clark got a hand on that. Luke Morley didn't realize that Grafe came in from his right shoulder. Clark with it now. Elliott goes baseline. That went off Zach Brown out of bounds. It'll be a Seahawks basketball with 49 seconds to go. You see the time and the score. We are synced up to the Halldale scoreboards. That time is official.
Yeah, I finally figured out the Boothbay thing. I was looking at that. I'm like, that's not a hot claw.
Finn Harkins, a nice basket. That's his first 2 points, and we're tied up at 11. Clark saw the pass coming late. Anticipation from Sam Page, and he's got the steal. And Nick Brown reached in to pick up the foul. That's 2 on Nick. Bulldogs now with 5 fouls. Elliott with 3 and Brown with 2. And Morley traveled. Slid those feet a little bit, making that move to the hole. Bulldogs with 26 seconds, minus a 10th to work. Remaining in this first quarter. See how patient the Halldale Bulldogs want to be here. Will they play for last shots? Nathan had a good look when he drew a crowd. 10 seconds now for Boothbay to take the final shot. Harkins kicked outside to Page. Page lost it. Brown's got it. He's out of range, though, to fire. And it'll be an even game after 8 minutes of basketball. 11 apiece after 1 here in Farmingdale. Back for the second after this on Munzing Media.
Feel like cooking dinner? Call Capsa's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Capsa's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsaspizza.com.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their healthcare just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
Busy week of basketball here. Not quite as busy as it would normally be for Munzing Media and the camera and broadcast crew. Usually it would be over at the Civic Center. It's the first half of the week. And part of the second half, Civic Center was being used by two purposes. They've got the legislature there, and now it's become a mass vaccination site as well.
Oh, wow.
So the pod tournaments, which we'll talk about more later on, that are coming up in all parts of the state. The one regionally here in Central Maine will be at home team venues and not a single spot. Nice kick out from Morley. I'm impressed by him in that first quarter. Only 2 points, but significant defensive plays. Page, one chance. There's number two, and he'll have a trip to the line once again. Yeah, that's Ricky Elliott. That's 4 on Ricky. He is playing for the varsity games, so I guess it's not a huge deal if he fouls out here.
Yeah, probably not.
Page hits the first. He's got one more.
Just getting warmed up for the varsity game.
Page has got himself warmed up at the line. It's 2 for 2 and gives Boothbay the 2-point advantage. DeVuru's first touch. Let that three fly. He can hit him from there, but not this time. Tyler Barter, left-handed. Nick Brown stole it away. Give Brown a little opportunity, and he'll take advantage. That time, that was Zach Brown who had the opportunity. Shot was partially blocked. Barter. DeVuru got the last touch on that. I think he did. It'll stay Seahawk basketball. Keegan Charette will come back in. He'll take Ricky Elliott's spot. Barter and Brown's been a good matchup on the ball. Nice step by Morley again. Charette ripped the rebound away, had to chase that down to keep it in bounds. Nick Brown. Had a little bit of daylight. Fouls on Dominic Dow. Dow just checked in, picked up the foul. Just a second on the Seahawks, though. Nick Brown, that's a three if it goes. Off the iron. Morley, another rebound. Barter has Page outside and found him. Page will take the shot and hits it. Sam Page now with 7 points. Stolen away. Luke Morley anticipates well. There's Page again. Now he's got 9. What a first half for Mr. Page, the 5'9" junior. Zach Brown outside. Charette, tough shot.
Off the glass.
Got it.
Sweet.
Kissed off the glass for 2. That wasn't easy. And Halldale needed that. It was a 6-0 run to open up the quarter for Boothbay. Dow's trapped over there. He had Zach Rollins, though, 55. Rollins lost it under pressure from Ben Nathan. Aiden Beal back in. We'll see Ryan Ahern for the first time. And Nace Lawless back in. Luke Moore will get his first break. Beal hitting the basketball now as Nick Brown's out of the game. Zach Brown still in. He's got it now. Charette kept it away from Lawless. Left off Nathan's hands, however, and Boothbay will happily take possession. Lawless looked underneath for Page. Ahern backed up to him. Rollins. Page underneath, nifty pass, and the finish from Finn Harkins. Finn's got 4 now for Boothbay, a 6-point lead restored for the visitors in blue. Ahern around the Nathan screen, Lawless picked him up. Charette tried to split the defense, there's Lawless again. Great hustle on the floor both ways. Lawless was down there, as you saw. Keegan Charette was the last to touch it. Eben Austin coming in now. He'll replace Zach Brown. Rollins. Page with Ahern right there with him. They left the man open, however. Shot just a little strong from Tyler Barter. He didn't miss by much. Beal. Austin. And Austin called for the player control foul. Seven fouls not on the Bulldogs now. Not a shooting foul, offensive. Dominic Dow about to check you back in the game for Boothbay. Rollins outside. Page. Ahern's kept him at bay. Harkins tried to work in on Austin.
That's going to be reaching.
Yeah, it's on Grace Beal. Or, sorry, Aiden Beal. He and Grafe Clark both wearing 15. Just one on Beal. Tyler Barter at the line.
And Keegan Belrose is in for Ben Nathan now.
Yeah, they switch spots quite a bit. It's a 1-and-1, won't fall. There's Morley on the rebound. Held ball on the arrow is Halldale's. Beal. Almost got around Sam Page. Page stuck with him. Belrose. Tough task taking on Luke Morley, and Morley another rejection. And Charette the foul, and that'll get the Seahawks on the line. First on Charette, but 9th on Halldale. And Nace Lawless at the line for that 1-and-1. Boothbay 3 for 7 from the line so far. 3 for 8. And they'll keep the basketball. Morley on that rebound. Forced Belrose out of bounds. Lawless doesn't get the roll, but it bounces right to the friendly hands of Finn Harkins for 2 more. Eight-point lead is Boothbay's largest. Harkins now with 4 points. Spread it around pretty well, Boothbay has. Ahern's shot no good. There's a foul underneath. And it's against Halldale to be a 2-shot foul. Keegan Belrose a little too aggressive in the rebound. So Morley gets a couple of shots here as the Boothbay Seahawks in the double bonus. They go up by double digits if Morley hits them both. He gets one more. Jarius Pauly back in. He'll take Ryan Ahern's spot for Halldale. Pauly leads the Bulldogs with 4 points. So Evan Austin now picks up a foul. And more shots for Boothbay. Page back at the line.
Yeah, Halldale's definitely playing a physical game today.
10 fouls would clearly attest to that, wouldn't it? That's 10 points now for Page. He's got 11. Missed his first few at the line, but has heated up since. Beal tried to force that pass down to Belrose. A lot of blue jerseys there. Let's see who ends up with this. It's quite a scramble. Ball rolled onto the red paint, but who touched it last?
I think it's going to be a Halldale ball.
Looks like it's staying Halldale's basketball. Brenton Lucas, number 10, will inbound. He's the latest entry for Halldale. Coming in for the first time. Zach Brown's back in too. And Dominic Dow has come back in, as I mentioned, for Boothbay. Lucas has got to get rid of it, and didn't. Well, looking out there too, there were a lot of blue jerseys in between Lucas and any Halldale player. That was defended nicely by the Seahawks. Dow. Pauly right there on him. Page using that left hand. Morley not shy, and that's why. 4 points now for Morley. I think he'd have more with the type of game he's played. But he's done a lot as far as setting things up. Of course, the rebounds and a couple of block shots.
Yeah, I mean, he made that mid-range jumper look pretty easy.
That was a nice shot. Future's bright for that kid. He's got it again. Morley, aggressive. Zach Brown did enough to alter the shot and get the rebound. Good D for number 3 there in Halldale. Lucas, acrobatic. Linson offense from Brenton Lucas. His first 2 points as he just came in. There's a 3 on the way from Page, just short. Rebound volleyballed around. Harkins off the iron. Charette with Lawless on the sideline. Knocked it out of bounds. But Lawless the last to touch at Halldale basketball.
We'll take a look at this right here. He just comes up through the zone, passes through everybody, and just off the pass.
I thought he was off balance, but he wasn't. That was a nice move.
Destination marked.
Well, that was somewhat of a broken play, but seeing it in the replay, that's exactly where Lucas wanted to go. Austin outside. Charette for 3. Iron, no. Harkins the rebound. 1:15 remaining in this first half. There's 2 and 1 more for Nace Lawless. He's got 8 points now. Keegan Charette's foul is his second. Lawless completes the old-fashioned three-point play. He's got 9. Lawless and Page both with 9 points now. Zach Brown. Lucas picked his dribble up. Austin back to Brown. Lawless saw it. Brown has it anyway. Pauly's open. Brown the rebound. 40 seconds to go in the half. Charette's tough shots. Pauly in the corner with a rebound for Halldale. spiked it off a Boothbay player. And not much more Paulie could do in that situation but to try to ricochet that off someone wearing a blue uniform and hope for the best. Zach Brown. That won't go. Dow had the rebound. Charette swatted it out of his hands. So a 13-point lead. Second period controlled by the Seahawks. A chance to add to that lead. Harkins. A little trouble over in the corner. Dominic Dow. Page with 10. Lawless. 5 seconds. Harkins has to shoot. He kicked it outside instead. It's buried by Dow. Dominic Dow's first 2 points of the contest, making sure he was inside the arc, and he was. So 2 for Dominic Dow. He's on the score sheet. And it's a 15-point lead here at the half, 30-15.
We'll watch this going out here.
A little frantic, but Grace under pressure for Dominic Dow at the end there. That high arcing shot. Nothing but net. So what a second quarter by the Seahawks. An 11-11 tie. They outscored the Bulldogs 19-4 in that second quarter.
Wow.
Just kind of completely took over the game. We are at the half, of course. We'll take a break. Have the second half for you coming up here in Farmingdale momentarily in Munzing Media.
The culture in PNG is very different. It's very special. Everyone is very collaborative. Everyone is very honest, and they want to help you succeed.
I work with a good group of people. A lot of experienced people have been here for many years. Some people that I work with have been here for 30 plus years. You have the tools to learn, the necessity to drive you forward, which are great.
I'm getting my needs met career-wise. So I'm getting the leadership experience. I'm getting the coaching that I need to move on and move up.
The greatest aspects of benefits we get here. You know, we get health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, and it's all keys in. That's worth something to me. Along with the pay, and know I'm going to have a paycheck at the end of the week.
JMH Associates is a boutique financial and management consulting firm that can provide customized solutions for your business or personal affairs. We can provide management expertise to your small business, personal financial guidance, and organizational structure for your personal and business needs. This will allow for better communication and execution with your other financial partners. We help establish businesses, we'll help you start a new business, and we can provide IT support for your business needs. We are JMH Associates. We're proud to be associated with MunzingMediaSports.com. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munzing Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munzing Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
I really love working at PNG because of the impact that I'm making on my community.
Once a year we will shut down our facility, and it's really cool because at that point we have close to 400 people that are spreading out over the community, helping out all of these nonprofits.
It's just a great day where we all get together and help the community, and we all have fun. And it's just rewarding to be able to give back and help other people. So that was something that we're really glad that they started. and then shutting the whole plant down and do it as a group is a big deal also.
Everybody here looks forward to that day. It's I don't know, it just energizes everyone knowing that we're going out and we're truly helpful out in the community. And we donate, we shut down our plant for 2 days to be able to leverage all of this manpower to go out and accomplish things that some companies say they can't even get done in a year with the volunteers they have. So we go out in 1 day and for several hours, go out there and do it. And people are just so excited when they know that we're coming to do that and ask us that year, can you come back and do this again? This is great. So it's a really good sense of pride at every level throughout that day of caring, no matter where you go out in the community. Everyone is very excited about it.
$15-point game here at the half of the Penny Gymnasium, 30-15, Boothbay out in front. And one of the things that's going on this year in the postseason is there's no real postseason on the course of the year, no MPA tournament. Is a lot of local areas are getting together and doing what is being called pod tournaments overall. And Halldale playing in one that's going to be made up of teams from Kennebec County, from Somerset County, and Franklin County. And what's going to happen in those particular pods is an A, B, and a CD tournament seeding based on heel points. So things look pretty good for the Bulldogs so far. We're taking a look at the boys' seedings right now. And Halldale at 3 and 5 on top of those seedings at this point. Actually, I think those are the girls' seedings. The girls' seedings. Yeah, Halldale at 3 and 5. Courtesy of that win over Gardner. They got a win over Gardner early on. Gardner, a Class B team, a Class A team that is 2 classes above Halldale. So it's a bunch of points in that situation. And Gardner also winning some basketball games too. So the more Gardner wins, that actually helps Halldale.
Yeah.
So Halldale looks like they'll be hosting a game if. And when that tournament opens up. Hard to say who, though, as all the teams you see listed here are just Class C teams in general. Not all, of course, will be playing in the capital area, Kennebec, Franklin, Somerset County tournaments. Carabec will be, Winthrop would be. Here's the boys. And you see the Halldale Bulldogs coming in at 4 and 3 tonight. Currently third in the C Heels. D Heels will be important there as well. Forest Hills and Valley, I believe, included. But last I looked, none of those teams had enough points in their index to be above the top teams in Class C. But I'd love to see Forest Hills come down here. That'd be a fun matchup.
That'd be a really fun matchup.
That's a team I always like seeing in the tournament in Augusta. And what's 5 or 6 more miles to Coach Anthony Emero's team?
Yeah, exactly.
They travel over the state anyway. So that's what it's going to look like coming up. That's the second week of March. The regular season goes the first week of March. Then after that, you'll have those tournaments, and it won't be a single site game. As I mentioned earlier as well, the Augusta Civic Center being used for the state legislature. Also being used as a mass vaccination site right now. So all the games we played at the higher seed teams venue, and they'll roll through that tournament A, B, and C, D. That's how the capital area is doing it, and I think a lot of other places are doing it the same. Boothbay tonight's opponent, I know, has been invited to play at a mid-coast tournament with Belfast on Oceanside. I haven't seen for sure if they've accepted that invitation yet, but if they do play in the postseason, it'd be against some of those mid-coast opponents that are down there in their geographic region.
Yeah. And this is the best part about it is that, through COVID and everything, you don't really have anything to play for. You didn't have anything to play for during the fall besides the COVID Cup.
Right. And that was kind of a last-minute thing, too, the RSU put together between the schools and the RSU. So I think with seeing soccer season in mind, the basketball coaches and athletic directors decided to jump in a little bit earlier and put these pod tournaments together, which is a good thing to do. Also want to thank our donors as well. Individual donations have rolled in from all over the place. People watching Munzing Media broadcasts. So outside of our corporate and business sponsors helping us out, our sponsors and our donors from the viewers watching at home, we thank you as well for making these broadcasts possible and free. You can watch many places in the world, and I see that Chris Wheeler's looking on the map right now as far as...
2 countries and 11 states right now.
All right. Where are we looking at for countries? Are we up in Nova Scotia again or New Brunswick?
We're actually over in the United Kingdom today.
Okay. All right.
So I'm thinking Lizzie Gruber's grandfather's over there watching this game.
Potentially.
Before her
There's
game
a couple
tonight.
options. Yep. Gardner girls are playing later on tonight. And 11. What's the furthest state are we looking at right now?
Furthest state.
It's kind of cool. You can look at this in real time and determine exactly where people are viewing this from.
It's fun. It's fun to see how many viewers we have from different states.
And if you're a map nerd like I am and like geography, it's just kind of fun to see where people are watching from.
So it looks like the farthest state that we have
Zooming in on the map.
Kansas.
So out in Kansas we have viewers today. Oh, good.
From Wichita.
Tremendous. So we're at the central time zone where it's about 5 o'clock out there right now.
Got 3 viewers in Florida. And most of our viewers just right now are just in New England besides those.
Well, you'd think we'd have more of a New England region watching this, but it is amazing, of course, coming into broadcasting as I did 20 years ago and having a radio broadcast, were heard regionally. Now the idea that you can watch a high school basketball contest literally any place in the world is quite something in 2 decades.
It wouldn't surprise me if they could watch it at the International Space Station.
Probably, actually, I'm sure you could. I know they have some way to communicate with an internet system.
I just don't know how we'd be
there.
able to tell.
Yeah, I don't know what that would register as. Outer space doesn't come up in that.
I don't think so.
Well, if we have anyone watching from the space station, from NASA, tremendous. Welcome in.
Yeah, please comment on the Facebook Live.
Right, you can also watch on Facebook Live and leave your comments there as well. We'll switch direction. Entering into the third period, and Boothbay does start with the basketball. And that 15-point lead after a huge second quarter.
Man, it looks like Zach Rollins is starting the second half.
There he is, number 55, right in the middle of the picture. Harkins looked up and didn't realize that passing lane was blocked. Brown dangerous. Charette will take the shot for a 3. Good start for Halldale. That was Elliott, 22, that took that shot. So Ricky now with 5 points. He's playing with 4 fouls. Morley kicked back outside. Loose on the floor. Elliott has it, jump ball. Halldale's got the arrow.
Take a look at that 3 right here. Takes the pass from Nick Brown onto the right side and goes for the jump shot, nothing but net.
Now, Ricky knew when he was getting that, he was letting it go. So he's got a 3, Brown's got a 3. Bulldogs down by a dozen. Pauly wants his own 3. A little too strong. Harkins the rebound for Boothbay. Harkins watched by Beal. Morley again underneath. He'll go to the line. It's a hard man to stop, Luke Morley, when he gets himself into the paint. Keegan Charette's fouls his 3rd. Morley gets 1 more. Looking for his 5th point. We'll have to wait for that. Oh, strong rebound by Sam Page, though. That means the Seahawks will keep it.
Yeah, Boothbay definitely has some height.
Yeah, I think that's an area that really have an advantage on Halldale. An offensive foul in that situation. Zach Rollins a bit too strong with that 6'7" frame. Just his first. Boothbay only picked up 4 fouls in that first half. So they played very disciplined. Nick Brown. Off the glass, 2 more, Ricky Elliott. They'll have to keep him in the game as long as they can, the Bulldogs. He's leading them with 7 points. Harkins. I don't know, situation that helped out Halldale there is the foul. The team control foul on Zach Rollins. Waiting to see what they'd call there, as I didn't see it, but the team control call.
I think it was a blocking call.
It must have been a legal screen as Rollins goes back out. I was watching that drive to the hoop. They'll shave 5 points off the gap, down just 10 now. Elliott. Yes. Took a while to sit up there, but Ricky Elliott's got 9 points. 7 straight for Halldale out of the gate here in the third quarter. Elliott almost the steal. That leaves Barter open, though, for the shot. Lawless grabs the rebound. That rolls out of bounds. Halldale basketball. Went off of Nace Lawless's foot. Bulldogs with momentum. On little by little into a big gap. Oh, quick hands. Lawless the steal. Pauley's back. Lawless doesn't care. Oh, couldn't get it over the hoop, though. Just in the lip of the rim. A little frustration there by Lawless at the end. Picks up a foul. That's 2 on Lawless. Nobody in any foul trouble at all for Boothbay. Nick Brown. Beal. Elliott. Close. Beal on the rebound, though. Going to pass that across the paint. Page the steal. Page the bucket.
That was a really nice Euro step there.
Coast to coast, took it all the way. 11 points now for Sam Page to leave all scores. Charette for 3. Lawless jumped up cleanly on that rebound to knock it back out, but Halldale retains. Elliott. And we got Lawless for the block. He was hoping the elbow would come up. The referee, the back of the head, player control foul, but Lawless now foul number 3. Zach Brown just checked in. He'll be the man handling the basketball on the inbound play for Halldale. Elliott almost double dribbled. Brown's open for 3. He's got 1 already. Rebound, Charette. Pauley this time. Oh, tough hoop.
That was nice.
Jarius Pauley had to hit that, falling backwards. He's got 6 points.
He was level with the floor when he took the shot.
Lawless. I believe it counts. It does. Got Keegan Schrett in the foul. That's 4 on Keegan.
Yeah, well, look at that Pauley take right here. Comes up.
You watch him there, number 5. No choice but to fall backwards. Hit that off the glass. So Lawless at the line, trying to complete the 3-point play. Bulldogs have their lineup sorted. It won't fall for Lawless. He'll stay on 11 points. Ricky Elliott picked up Lawless. Brown, nope, he's on the baseline. Brenton Lucas in for Halldale. Keegan Charette heads to the bench. Harkins with a basketball for Boothbay. Morley, impressive. Up to 6 points now for Morley, and everyone's been pretty, it seems like. Brown, stolen away by Lawless. Lawless had an inclination to kind of roar back up the floor, but waited for some help. Harkins for 3, back iron. Lucas the rebound for Halldale. Oh, Brown got away with one there. That was up by his shoulder, and he put the hand on the other side of the basketball. Oh, nice step, Lucas. Brenton Lucas just slicing his way to the bucket. He's got 4 points now. Morley. Lawless batted it to himself. Saw daylight in the baseline. Exploited it. A little too strong on the shot. Nick Brown. Lucas. In between 4 Seahawks. Page stole it away. Sam doesn't even think about slowing down, and why would he? 13 points for Sam Page, and he was determined to go to the hole the minute he stole that away. As is Brown on the other end, the floater for 2. Nick Brown with his first 2 points. Actually, it's 5 for Nick Brown.
First 2 points of the half.
First 2 of the half, yes. It says 2 on my score sheet. I gave Zach Brown credit for the 3. I'll change that. Barta tried to go behind his back. Nick Brown stole it away. Somehow managed to keep possession. No idea how he did that. Nathan outside. Zach Brown. Nathan on the rebound. Forces it up, and he'll go to the line. Morley, the closest Seahawk, likely the man, call for the foul.
Yeah, you look here, just like Brett and Lucas, he has his mindset just like Nick Brown. He comes in, takes a shot, goes right in.
Just the first foul on Luke Morley. Ben Nathan at the line. He's got 2 here. Halldale 0 for 3 at the line. Teams combined shooting 4 for 19 from the free throw stripe. I think Page has all 4. Boothbay still by 10, 2:14 to go. You see the time and score. The third quarter at Farmingdale, the JV game. Lawless found his way through 2 Bulldogs to score. He's got a baker's dozen now, 13 points for Nays Lawless. DeVero to answer. Doesn't get the roll. Morley the rebound. Harkins behind his back, Lawless down low. Too easy for Lawless. Got a height advantage over both Bulldogs down low, and Lucas and Zach Brown. DeVero tries again. That's short. Harkins with 90 to go. Lawless doubled. Doesn't matter. I think the foul before the shot. And it was.
Lucas.
So Brett Lucas picks up the foul. Just his first. 3 now in Halldale in the half. Keegan Charette back in. Ryan Ahern. He'll come off the bench too. Bulldogs cut it to 10 points, but it's back to 14 again. 15's been the largest lead. A little contact there with Morley. No whistle. Bulldogs have it off the miss. Nick Brown. Ahern, they left him alone. Didn't get the shot off in time. Was it blocked? It wasn't. Oh, it was. Okay. Thought I heard that blocked. And Luke Morley shaking his head said, yeah, I got it. It's at least his 3rd block. Ahern open. Here's block number 4. Seemed like that time Morley just suckered everybody in.
Ryan Ahern kept that ball alive.
Great play, and that set up Brown for the 3. Just a little too strong. And Morley's having fun out there right now, isn't he, defensively? Page is having fun in every aspect of the game. That was Brown you saw go flying. Play continues. Brown still flying. Now he's got the basketball. Ahern on the no-look pass. Blocked away again. Luke Morley. I want to stay away from him down low.
Yeah, definitely.
Gotta avoid him like he was plutonium.
I mean, he's got a height advantage over every single Bulldog player you see on the court right now.
Only taller player out there is his teammate Zach Rollins at 6'7". 20 seconds to go. The Seahawks may take the time here. We'll see. Almost had that stolen. Page has it, though. Page saw some daylight. Position and rebound, Zach Rollins. It's his first 2 points. Ahern got his man in the air. Got to get rid of it. And it came too late. Well, I think a foul came first.
Yeah,
it did.
Luke Morley's walking off the court laughing right now because he had his ankles broken by Ahern over there. He went to go for the ball and he just kept going right for the bleachers.
So Aaron will get a chance to shoot a couple. No, 1-on-1. It turns into a couple. And they got them both. A 44-29, the score on the scoreboard. We'll step aside. Should be 44-30, I think. You got two there. Either way, we'll step aside. I think they'll put that back up on the scoreboard. And are they coming back out now is my question. Usually they give them a minute or so. Why don't we stay here just in case, right?
Yeah, we'll stay here.
I'm not sure if they're going to count a minute down after those free throws. Usually they do, but in JV games, you're never really sure. Got a blank space on there above the Caps' Pizza Player of the Game. Every game, we'll name a Halldale player. Caps' Pizza Player of the Game receives a 10-inch pizza, one-topping pizza free from Caps' Pizza. Thank them for sponsoring Halldale Bulldogs and Gardner Tigers basketball. Bulldogs will keep this despite the best efforts of Luke Morley. Lucas. Ricky Elliott's open. And hits. Ricky's had a good game. He's a candidate for that pizza. 4 fouls for Ricky, but he's got 11 points.
The good outweighs the bad.
Rollins. Kind of asserting his dominance down low. But getting back up from his knees, traveled. Here's Nace Lawless back in. Rollins heads back to the bench. Wondering how much of a role Rollins plays on the varsity team. He's not getting a whole lot of minutes in this contest. I think maybe the part of the reason why is we'll see him in the next one, because he really has been good. Lucas Trapp, speaking of good, Lawless on both ends of the basketball court, offensively and defensively, has had a great game. Well, play continues. Just wondering what the call would be there, and there wasn't one. Or maybe offensive foul, perhaps a traveling violation. Either way, Boothbay's got the ball back. Sometimes justice prevails regardless. Almost a save. Finn Harkins stepped on that sideline. A timeout on the floor. Let's take one as well. A 13-point lead for Boothbay here in the fourth quarter. Back momentarily in Munzing Media.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
Feel like cooking dinner? Call Caps' Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Caps' tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsuspizza.com.
As I mentioned, the Caps' Pizza Player of the Game will be named in about 6 minutes and 55 seconds of basketball right after this game concludes. And don't go anyplace. If you want to watch the varsity game, it'll come up right here 20 minutes or so after the conclusion of that JV game. You notice they did update the scoreboard. Got that second free throw by Ahern. It's a 12-point game. Lucas. Miscommunication with Eben Austin. Austin was going left. The ball came right. Harkins. Morley. Hard to force that to Page. A couple of Bulldogs there. And Elliott ended up with it. Austin. It's a long two.
Going full coverage.
Need the ball back in as many possessions as they can get. Also need stops. Down 10 points. That's kind of been the barrier for Halldale. team control foul, it appears.
Yeah, Nace Lawless, I think.
It is on Lawless. That's 4 on Nace. Big possession for Halldale if they want to get back within single digits. Austin. Charette trying to force that down to Pauly. It was pushed away. Barter escaped. Barter still with it. Just lost the handle at the end.
And his footing.
Page came to save the day, and I think that's 5 on Lawless.
That's going to be.
It is. So Nace is fouled out. It's a player control foul on Lawless.
And Zach Rollins will come in for him.
We got the big 6'7" junior back in the contest. I'm not sure that's good news for Halldale. No matter how well Nace Lawless plays, he leads with 15 points and leads all scorers.
And I mean, that's got to kind of be a little bit difficult considering they've only got, now one player on the bench.
Right. I didn't see the fouls away from the play. Elliott's return pass from Pauly, rejected. Finn Harkins knocked that away. In those rare times Morley didn't block it.
Yeah.
Well, they're still down by 10, though. The inbound play to Elliott's. He scores with the left hand. Ricky's got 13. Harkins setting it up. Sam Page. Morley. Rollins outside. They dared him to shoot. It's not the one he wanted. Held ball. That'll stay with Boothbay. Halldale was down by as much as 15. Has cut it to 8. And gets the ball back. Another big possession they all really have been for Halldale, trying to come back in this game. Brown for 3, short. Page the rebound, nice quick outlet to Tyler Barter. Barter forces it through.
I think Brown almost swatted that.
He did. First 2 points for Barter, and they're big ones. Traveling violation called. Ricky Elliott's couldn't get the ball on the floor in time. Dan Lawrence wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. 10-point lead once again for the Seahawks on Munzing Media.
The culture in PNG is very different. It's very special. Everyone is very collaborative. Everyone is very honest, and they want to help you succeed.
I work with a good group of people. A lot of experienced people that's been here for many years. Some people that I work with have been here for 30 plus years. You have the tools to learn, the necessity to drive you forward, which are great.
I'm getting my needs met career-wise. So I'm getting the leadership experience. I'm getting the coaching that I need to move on and move up.
The greatest aspects of benefits we get here, we get health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, and it's all keys in. That's worth something to me. Along with the pay, I know I'm going to have a paycheck at the end of the week.
Boothbay and Halldale on a Friday night from Farmingdale. Be a typical January night, not quite February. They could meet up in the tournament on February occasions often, and have in the past. Just regular season action night during our COVID season, and the visitors with a 10-point lead in the JV game. Brown for Halldale, Charette. Oh, another block, but Morley, I think, with body contact there. Keegan Charette at the line. Foul's only 2 on Morley. Charette's got 2 here. They'll be big ones if you can hit them. We got one more. Zach Brown in. Brett and Lucas out for Halldale. Oh for 2 for Charetz. And close in that second one. Has the ball back. Elliott for 3. The Bulldogs come out ahead there. 16 points now for Ricky Elliott. He's been playing with 4 fouls for quite a while, too. Pressure from the Bulldogs. Seahawks break it. I don't want Morley handling the basketball, per se, bringing it up floor. But he is outside now. I don't mind him doing that, though. He'll go to the line. And that'll be it for Ricky Elliott. So Elliott fouls out with 16 points. He has been the bulk of the Bulldogs' offense. Rishi DeVero will replace him. Luke Morley at the line. Freshman has one more. He had the second one. Luke now with 7 points. An 8-point lead. DeVero. Shredded underneath. Jarius Pauly. Nice move to get his man in the air. Shot wouldn't go. Brown, though, steals the outlet pass. Charetz. Not sure he wanted to take on Zach Rollins and realized it. That's a kick ball knocked out of play by Morley. DeVero into Charetz. Use the glass. Almost dropped that down. The tough shot. But the lead's still 8 points for Boothbay. Morley outside. Return pass to Page. Block from behind. Brown got a hand on that. And here is Zach Brown. Pauly faked it. Nick Brown will take it, hits it. It's a long 2. Halldale down 6 with 3:05 to go.
Yes.
The Bulldogs still with some life here.
Yeah.
You would have predicted that the way things went. We're looking at halftime.
Yeah, that was it was a pretty strong first half from Boothbay.
The second quarter especially, 11-11 after one quarter, and Boothbay just opening the floodgates in the second quarter. But Halldale's come back. 3:05 to go, still a bunch of time. And Halldale does have one thing going for them, is that they will go to the line every single time that the Seahawks foul. 8 fouls right now on Boothbay. Problem for Halldale, though, is they only have 4 fouls committed here in this second half. If it comes down to them having to foul to get the Seahawks to the line, they'll have to commit 3 more. We'll see if that becomes a factor in the next 3 minutes.
While we have the time, we're going to look at that Elliott 3.
Ricky Elliott, 16 points tonight. Here's 3 of them. And gave him a little too much space there in the corner, and Ricky made him pay. 16 points for Halldale. The next closest man is... Well, let's see. Where's Nick Brown? He's got 5. Jarius Pauly's got 6. So I guess it's Jarius with 6 points. Bulldogs got a pressure here, and they will. Harkins. Pauly stops him. Page. Oh, they had Zach Rollins open. Couldn't find him in time. Rollins set the screen, though, and Harkins drove the hole. 8 points now for Finn. Brown answers, hits.
Like I said earlier, he has his mindset. He's gonna put it in the basket.
7 points for Nick Brown. Here's Morley underneath again. Which way is the arrow going? Halldale's got the ball, down 6. A huge possession coming up here for the Bulldogs. They could potentially have this deficit. 2:26 to go. Really can't afford to walk away empty-handed. Zach Brown. Halldale still in possession. Charette came away. Nick Brown around the screen. Charette. 3-second violation called on Halldale. So Halldale again will pressure the inbound. Pauly took that away. His eyes in the back of his head. The shot hits, but it won't make any difference as Sam Page was standing like a statue, absorbed the contact.
He went down like a statue, too. Smacked his head on the way down. He's definitely feeling that now.
They got the ball back. Jarius Pauly's first foul. Shame of it for Halldale as it negated a basket. Still a 6-point lead for Boothbay. Under 2 to go now. Morley into the corner. Harkins up top. Morley and Zach Brown have got a good battle going on. Page. That's been his shot, but not that time. Nick Brown. Charette's got it for 2. Big bucket for Keegan Charette. He's got 6.
It's 6:26, but the bank is open.
Touchdown, Hail Mary got down the floor. Page got it the first time, hits the second. He'll go to the line. 15 now for Sam Page. And Keegan Charette's will say goodnight. He and Elliott both have fouled out. Page of the line for the and 1.
Looking at that Charette take right here, right off the glass. Down.
Just making sure over the scorer's table the bucket did count. It does. Sam Page can make it a 7-point game. Pound another nail on the Bulldogs' coffin here if he hits it, and he does. 16 now for Sam. He and Elliott tied as high score in this game. Ahern had a little bit of daylight and exploited it. Ryan's got 4 points. Bulldogs need the ball back, commit the foul. And that will put the Seahawks on the line. Jarius Pauly's second foul and one he had to make. That is number 7, as I mentioned, for Halldale. Timeout call with 57.1 seconds to go. Ryan Ahern.
He caught that defense really, really hard.
Just had a little daylight there. It wasn't much. Zach Rollins kind of just gave him some space. And I think Zach wasn't expecting Ahern to go for it. And Ryan did, took advantage, and scored off the glass for 2. The Bulldogs have to hope for a miss here from Boothbay. Haven't seen yet who'll go to the line for the Seahawks. They're 7 for 20 tonight from the line. Caps' Pizza will sponsor the player of the game. We'll have that for you at the conclusion of this contest. The Halldale player, named the MVP for the Bulldogs of this game, gets a free pizza from Caps' Pizza in Farmingdale. Last game was Keegan Belrose. We were here. We'll see what's going to be this time. Last-minute strategy going on at both benches. Bruce Orn for the Seahawks. Dana Lawrence talking to his Bulldogs, who've come back from 15 down to trail by 5. Here's a big shot coming up, and Finn Harkins is going to take it. And it doesn't drop. Bulldogs with some life here. Not a lot of time to work with, though, as you see, up to 50 seconds. Don't need a three here necessarily. They do need a hoop. Really can't afford to come away from this possession empty-handed with the time left on the clock. Pauly on the block is doubled. Ahern, short. Pauly has the rebound. Ahern again for three this time.
And again.
Ahern, third time the charm? No. Nathan the rebound. Partially blocked. Who else? Luke Morley. That might be enough to put Halldale away, and if not, this should be. Dow doesn't fall. But he's killed time. There's only 13 seconds to go. Brown hurrying. Fires for three. Morley on the rebound. That'll do it. Knocked down to Zach Brown, but he's out of time. Almost cashed the three in at the buzzer, but it's a 5-point victory. 52-47, the final score. Boothbay with a win over Halldale, whose comeback just comes up short in the fourth quarter. Well, it's time now to name our Caps' Pizza Player of the Game. The Halldale player, judged to be the most valuable player on the night, wins a free 10-inch one-topping pizza from Caps' Pizza. Tonight we'll go with number 22. It's Ricky Elliott, 16 points on the night before he fouled out in the fourth quarter. Ricky Elliott, our Caps' Pizza Player of the Game. Let's run down the individual totals. We'll start with the Boothbay Seahawks. I mentioned Elliott had 16 points. Tied for leading scorer tonight was Sam Page, who had 16 points for the Seahawks. Just one more than Nace Lawless, who had 15 tonight. Finn Harkins with 8. Luke Morley with 7. Dominic Dow, Zach Rollins, and Tyler Barter, 2 points each. Everybody in the lineup tonight on the score sheet for the Seahawks. For Halldale, Ricky Elliott, I mentioned 16 points for him. 6 points for Jarius Pauly and Keegan Charette. Zach Brown with 8 points tonight. 4 points for Bretton Lucas. 4 points for Ryan Ahern. Actually, 7 points for Nick Brown. I take that back. It was Zach Brown who had 2 points. Evan Austin, a couple of points. And yeah, that's it. Evan Austin will round up the scoring with 2 points on the night. 52-47, the final score. Really, the second quarter is what did it for Boothbay. 11-11 score line. They opened up a 15-point lead at the half and really never looked back. Despite the Bulldogs gaining some ground in the fourth quarter, just ran out of time. It wasn't enough. So keep it right here. The varsity game coming up in about 20 minutes or so. I'll be joined by Brandon Terrell. And it's the boys varsity with a different look for the first time. We have not seen a Boothbay team ever that I can remember coming in here, and I wouldn't remember it because the last time the Boothbay came in here without I.J. Pinkham as the head coach was 43 years ago. I was 7. I don't remember that at all. Brandon Terrell, he wasn't around. So we'll see that game coming up.
Thought of.
You weren't even considered. I was here, but not cognizant of Halldale High School basketball at the time. So we'll talk about that and the Boothbay Seahawks, Halldale Bulldogs, what this game might mean as far as postseason for both teams. Wouldn't play each other in the postseason, but what implications it might have coming up in our pregame about 15 minutes away. So stay tuned for that. Back with you at that time on Muncie Media.
It is a true family here. We all work together as a team.
One of the best things about working here is all the different people that you're going to interact with.
What you think matters here. The single best thing about working here is, pretty much everyone around here has your back and is supporting you.
I think you can always find what you really want to do with a company like Procter & Gamble. They tap into your assets.
They really set you up for success and give you opportunities and challenge you every day.
The part I love most about my job is the culture here. I love the family feel. I know that I can count on anybody on the production floor or in the offices anytime. I can count on anybody to do anything or to be there for anything that you need.
We all help each other out. Whether somebody needs to stay and cover, or I've covered at night shift, I've covered a day shift. So it's really definitely that whole atmosphere of the one team. You know, it's like a big family outside of your home.
We're all one team. We work together. If any of us need help, we rely on each other.
This company has treated me well. This is more of a career situation than just a job.
So you don't just have to be a technician if you don't want to. You could actually be whatever you want to be. You can find your niche and fulfill it.
I think you set your own career path here, so it depends on where you want to go in the company. I think the opportunities are definitely there. You definitely come in setting your own goals, paving your own path to how far you want to go in the company. And like I said, the support's there, the coaching is there. from anybody from the beginning all the way up through management.
You come out here to the floor sometimes and you really can't tell the difference. I mean, the managers are right there next to us, you know, in the trenches, so to speak, rubbing elbows, and we're getting the job done. You know, we all value each other's input.
I work with a good group of people. A lot of experienced people have been here for many years. Some people that I work with have been here for 30 plus years, which is great for your leadership and while you're learning on the floor, you have the tools to learn, the necessity to drive you forward.
I did actually have a say, and I was able to help coach other people to get to where they wanted to be. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, is the ownership and then being able to help other people to achieve their goals also.
I really like to work at P&G because I have the opportunity to grow as a leader, to build skill, and as a bonus, the pay is really great.
We're definitely up there in both wage and benefits. But for me, it is the people. Yep, we have a great group here.
I think about like the importance of my work and how it's helping girls and women all around, the country, and that really gives me that strength to, plow forward and say, hey, I'm making a difference.
We provide for all of North America. So right here in Auburn, Maine, it's wonderful.
I love the fact to say that I work at TAM Brands. I love the fact that we help the community. I love the fact that you can help watch people grow, you can watch people succeed, all of their own accord. It's not, this is how it has to be, this is how you're going to do it. So if you're going to succeed, it's because you wanted to, and I can be a part of that.
And welcome to the Penny Gymnasium here in Farmingdale. Time for the varsity matchup. The Boothbay Seahawks and the Halldale Bulldogs. A classic traditional MVC matchup on a Friday night here in Farmingdale. Rob Kennedy along with Brandon Terrell. Boothbay coming in at 3-6. Coming off a win last night, 41-32 over Richmond. Their other victories against the Bobcats another time, plus a victory over Winthrop. Halldale comes in off a loss. 57-42, they played Gardner last time out. So an intriguing matchup really here tonight. And I think, as we've said a couple of times before, a big man battle might be what we're in store for tonight.
Yeah, you have big 6'8" Ben Pierce for Boothbay. Certainly going to be a handful for Halldale. We saw this Halldale team take on Mount Ararat with some good size last Saturday and come out of there with a big W with a buzzer beater by TJ Wilson. But the sophomores, Carter Bork and Jackson Leach, just did a phenomenal job with a bit of an assist from Sam Schaefer with some post defense on those guys. So you're going to need tremendous post defense right off the get-go and throughout the night tonight against Boothbay as well. You see the numbers issue. If I'm not wrong, Boothbay only has 7 players suited up here tonight. They've got some JV guys up there in the corner taking a rest after playing the JV game, but I only count 7 Seahawks. So we'll see if foul trouble or, pace might be a factor with only 7 on the bench.
Yeah, notice looking at the Boothbay lineup, they had 1 lineup listed in the MVC site and just a varsity lineup. And a number of players playing the JV game, but the only one I'm seeing playing varsity tonight is Nace Lawless, who had a great game in the JV game, but everyone else scratched for the varsity contest, so it might be a factor overall. Halldale had a couple of players swinging both teams tonight. Jarius Pauly, who might be limited. He hurt his wrist in that first contest. Keegan Charette and Ricky Elliott both played quite a bit as well, so it might be a factor. Depth conditioning, as it sometimes can be when you talk about numbers. But we mentioned this, too, before the game started. A little weird to look over and see on that sideline Dan Hallen and not I.J. Pinkham. Dan, a former Boothbay Seahawks player and first-year head coach. Not an inexperienced guy by any means, but talking about taking over for a legend. I.J. Pinkham was there for 43 years, won a gold ball in 2001, and was kind of synonymous with Boothbay basketball for 4 decades.
Yeah, those are enormous, enormous footsteps that Coach Hallinan is stepping into with Hall of Fame coach I.J. Pinkham retiring after 43 years, which is just almost unheard of these days to stay in one position for that long.
Yeah, one school. That's
school, right. I'm sure there's been generations of Seahawks players that thought, maybe one day I could take over for Coach Pinkham, and they just had to keep waiting. Dan Hallinan was finally of the generation who had his chance, and here he is.
Right off the bat, the Bulldogs shoot from outside. Max Byron is Halldale starting with the basketball in the home whites. Sullivan Rice with it here. 10 points against Halldale last year. The Bulldogs won the game last year, also won the year before. Boothbay dominated most before that. And the name you're going to hear a lot of tonight, I would think, Ben Pierce, the 6'8 senior, was first team all-conference last year. And he's a quality player, that senior. He's going to head to the line.
And a shot by Pierce getting the position for the lob pass. Sam Schaefer fighting to stay in front to deny that pass. Ian Stebbins, senior, was on the spot with good help defense, tried to take a charge. You got a kid who's 6'8 on you with, Stebbins' lack of height. All you can do is fall over and hope to get that charge.
Ben Pierce averaging 20 points against Halldale the last couple of times. And that's his first tonight. So he's done some damage for the Bulldogs. Wilson handles it for Halldale. Now Carter Bork. Byron in the corner again. Griffin Christian's on him. Wilson for 3 off the iron. Schaefer steals the rebound. The trees down there, and Sam Schaefer, who's not a small player, but certainly not as tall as some of those guys down low, came away and heads to the line.
Yeah, Schaefer's the glue guy, the unsung hero type for Halldale, does the dirty work. See there, attack the offensive glass and earn a trip to the stripe.
And they'll get one more. Sam listed as 5'11".
He's drawn the defensive assignment against Pierce, too, fronting him. And the rest of the Bulldogs have to do a nice job being in position on that lob pass.
It's 0 for 2 from the line. Stays 1-zip. Sullivan Rice. 13 points for Rice last night. In that tight game against Richmond, the Bobcats came back. Rice traveled. Hit the shot, but it won't count. The Seahawks had a pretty good lead on Richmond last night. Bobcats came back, and Rice put them away with a couple of threes late. Wilson, they lost him. But he's a little deep and had a tough shot to make. Rice to Pierce. Too easy for the boys in blue.
See Halldale on one end. Good execution of their set leads to an open layup that was missed by Wilson. Pierce doesn't miss on the other end, 4-point swing.
Christian anticipates the pass. Here he comes. Rejected by Bork. Knocked that away from Caleb Ames.
Nice play there by Bork to hustle back and block that shot without fouling.
Big man came out of nowhere, too. I thought it was just a 2-on-1 that Ames would finish easily, but Carter Bork, the sophomore, had other ideas.
See, Pierce is the inbounder here. Watch, coming back to him.
Ames. Pierce will shoot that three if you give it to him. Rice doubled. What was I saying?
There it is. You gave it to him. He'll take it and make it.
CY's first team all-conference in that great inside-out game.
It's Ben Pierce 6, Halldale 0 so far.
Christian got a hand on that. It was bound for Max Byron, who had a step in the defense. Here's the replay on that pretty three.
It's a nice high release up above where just about anybody can really challenge that. He holds it for the follow-through.
Can Wilson answer back? No. Bork will go to the line. Too close. Near misses for Halldale, but they got a chance to get in the scoreboard from the charity stripe.
See Schaefer and now Bork doing good work on the offensive glass. Each have earned an opportunity to get to the stripe. Schaefer went 0 for. See if Bork can do better.
Fouls on Caleb Ames, his first. Bork gets one more. One for two for Bork. Schaefer, position on the rebound to score. Snuck in ahead of Caleb Ames.
There he is, doing the dirty work again. Another offensive rebound. That's 3 already for Halldale. Cut the lead in half in one trip.
It's a cliche to say a player plays bigger, but Sam Schaefer is definitely bigger than his height. Sullivan Rice missed the three, the rebound. It's Ian Stebbins carrying it himself. They gave him some space. And Bork lays it in. It's a 1-point game.
Yeah, nice follow-up there by Bork. Didn't assume that Stebbins was going to make that tough take. Able to follow it up.
Ames with it. Jackson Leach about to come in for Halldale. And Ames fouled by Bork.
And they're going to give it to Bork. I think that was Schaefer that was in the middle there, but 24-25.
I thought so too. I just heard the referee say it out immediately. Caleb Ames gets another. Boothbay not contesting the free throws. If Ames misses, it'll be Halldale basketball.
Yeah, interesting strategy. Don't want to allow transition. Don't want to foul and rebounding action, I suppose.
When you only have two players on the bench, I think that's potentially why you do that, right?
Yep.
Wilson into the corner, and try as he might, Stebbins couldn't save it.
Isaac Ward for his first action.
Long-range gunner Isaac Ward, and a career-high 16 points off the bench against Richmond. So if he gets the opportunity from behind the arc, he'll let it fly.
Little 1-4 high set here from Boothbay. See if they can work something out.
Christian all the way to the near side to Caleb Ames. Bork on Ames. Christian's picked his dribble up. Rice. Rice trying to get by Wilson, who's giving him nothing. Ames got a step on Bork. There's Byron to help out. Ames still had it anyway. Great save by Pierce to keep it alive. The offensive foul called against Ames.
Nice job by Carter Bork. Took the contact right in the chest, fell to the floor, picked up the charge.
Nasa Lawless will be the first man off the bench for Dan Hallinan. Wilson. Bork didn't realize the pass was coming. It was headed his way. All four Bulldogs players had turned to the hoop thinking Wilson was going to shoot. I did too. Ames penetrates and hits. Used the backboard well, and it's a 4-point lead for Boothbay.
Yeah, Caleb Ames, scorer for the Seahawks. He's up to 3 now in this one.
Had 26 here last year. Leach. Short, and that'll end up out of bounds.
I think it was Caleb Ames who had a huge game last year at the tournament in the semifinals against the loaded Waynfleet club. Kept Boothbay right in it.
That's right.
into
Yeah,
the
I
end.
forgot about that game until you mentioned it.
You see Ames there along the baseline, lowers his shoulder right into the chest, right into the frame of the defender. That's an easy charge call.
Halldale with some pressure here. Rice with the left hand, has Lawless. Lawless, number 40, just came in, has the ball here. Lawless around the screen. Ames to Pierce. Last touch by Isaac Ward. I think Ward realized he touched that last and was trying to save it for his team. Pierce back to Rice, the no-look pass. Rice. Good defense there by Ian Stebbins to make that shot a tough one. Here's Stebbins losing the handle. It'll stay Halldale basketball off Griffin Christian.
Stebbins just a little out of control there and in transition. See Halldale running fresh defenders at Pierce. There's already been 3 in the ball game. Started with Schaefer, then went to Leach. Now Owen Austin in the game, taking on the defensive assignment of Big Ben.
3 on the way. It's short from Isaac Ward. The Bulldogs can't save it. Byron tried, but it's Boothbay basketball. Boothbay by 4 as Cade Ames walks up court. Oh, nice play by Sullivan Rice to save it.
Yeah, smart play. A couple times now for the Seahawks. You see Ben Pierce save one along the baseline last time down.
Stolen away. They knew that ball was coming to Pierce. Stebbins with a steal. Austin has a long time to line up that 3. Won't go down for him. Ward the rebound.
Another offensive rebound by the Bulldogs.
Leach. Stolen away. That pass from Austin batted down from Ben Pierce.
Yeah, just telegraph that one. The big long arms of Pierce able to knock it away. It's a turnover.
Rice outside to Ames. Good work by Austin. He's a strong defensive player and got the takeaway for Halldale. Byron. Second chance. Yes.
Another offensive rebound for Halldale. That one for Byron of his own shot. They're racking up the offensive boards.
Boothbay by 2 with the basketball. Christian all alone. Buries it.
So the defender tripped, fell down on that one. Left Kristen all alone for 3, and he didn't disappoint.
Wasn't a Bulldog within 10 feet of Kristen. Oh, slicing to the hole, Ian Stebbins, and he gets one more.
What a take by the senior, Ian Stebbins, with some hang time. Picks up some contact with the strength to finish it.
Great quick first step, too. We'll see it again.
See the replay. Finds a gap. Hang time through. Just a little contact there by 40. Stebbins will go to the line and 1.
They gave it to Cade Ames. Free throw won't go. Leach the rebounds. Wilson for 3 in the tie. Short. Ames works back quickly. It's a 2-on-1. Shot won't fall for Griffin Christian. DJ Wilson commits the foul. And Christian, the sophomore, at the line. Four-point lead, and Griffin Christian gets one more. One out of 2 at the line for the Boothbay sophomore. Wilson lost the handle. Ward kept it in. GJ with it again. Schaefer doubled. Acrobatic move on that sideline by Isaac Ward, but ultimately unsuccessful.
See Boothbay with that same approach we talked about, Rob, with their low numbers. They get back, they get a breather, they take their time during those foul shot situations. Looks like they switched it up into a 1-3-1 zone there. Couldn't quite tell if it was 1-3-1 or 2-3, but put Ben Pierce in the middle and led to a Halldale turnover.
Really well if they hit their shots. From the line, Rice outside, off the back iron. Wilson fumbled it. Ames ahead to Sullivan Rice for the lay-in.
Yeah, Rice. They executed the elevator doors play that last time down for the wide open three-pointer at the top of the key. Couldn't get it, but he gets that layup. Extend this lead back to 6.
Wilson wants a 3. Again off the back iron. Caden Ames the rebounds. Griffin Christian will slow it down, and Ames obliges. Not this time, though. Won't slow it down, and that move to the hole.
So they'll slow it down temporarily, but I'm taking this.
Yeah. Fouls Ian Stebbins, 4 fouls apiece. Stebbins is second. Caden Ames gets one more. A 7-point Boothbay lead.
Looks like it is a 1-3-1 zone that Boothbay is employing here.
Here's the 3 from the corner, no good from Isaac Ward. Ames with 20 to go. Well, the Seahawks will be patient. No, they'll take the first look they get. Rice liked that shot, but couldn't finish it. Schaefer with 9 fires it up. Too strong. Ames now with 6. Pierce. Kristen for 3 at the buzzer. Got it!
Yeah, big shot for the Seahawks at the buzzer. Extend that lead out to 10. Pierce, great team play. Knew that he didn't quite have the shot, but his teammate did, and Kristen knocked it down.
Big hoop for the sophomore gives his Seahawks a 10-point lead at the break as we head to the second quarter on Munzing Media.
Feel like cooking dinner? Call Capsa's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Capsa's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsaspizza.com.
10-point lead for Boothbay, who pulled away in the waning stages of that first quarter, and the big 3 at the buzzer by Griffin Christian. Why they're on top by double digits for the first time tonight.
You see Boothbay very effective in that first quarter. They've got the big guy inside. They've got shooters and Rice and Ames and Kristen around the outside. But they don't have the depth, just 2 guys on their bench, but the 5 that are out there are very effective.
Boothbay 3-6, but I wouldn't put a lot of stock into that record numerically when you look at who they've played. Couple losses to Madomic, Camden Hills and Oceanside in there. That's a pretty good murderer's row of mid-coast teams that Boothbay doesn't usually play, as those are all Class B squads.
Yeah, those are 3 good teams. Camden Hills is back to being a really good boys basketball team.
You see the Seahawks starting with the basketball here in the second quarter. Rice the take over Stebbins. Pierce the putback for 2.
Not much you can do there. The big guy gets on the block.
Stebbins found Nace Lawless in his way. Just into the contest, Ricky Elliott was hitting him on a pizza as the Capsa's Pizza player of the game in the JV game. And instant impact coming off the bench here in the varsity contest.
Yeah, Elliott firing away, knocks it down.
Christian. Ricky won't give him that 3. Here's Rice. Rice the lefty. Kristen for 3 more. Yes.
Griffin Kristen. Nice release. Nice follow through. Another 3-pointer.
All of a sudden, Griffin Kristen can't miss.
See the Seahawks still sitting in 1-3-1 half-court zone.
Wilson dying to answer back and does.
He landed awkwardly on his ankle, though.
And he rolled that ankle going down. You can see the Halldale sophomore hopping up.
I think that's just classic. He landed on someone else's foot the wrong way. He's going to walk it off.
Stung for a second, but TJ will stay in the game. Referee says you're good. Thumbs up from TJ Wilson. Get that game-winning 3 against Mount Ararat. Got his first 3 bomb just there a second ago. Kristen. Elliott says not this time. Matt Sullivan for Boothbay. Lawless. That down low, but Sullivan Rice open outside. That won't go. Matt Sullivan the rebound. Keeps the basketball for Boothbay.
Seeing the replay here. Kick out Ricky Elliott. Just in the game. Says, I got my shots up in the JV game. I'm good to go. I'm coming in here firing. Knock one down.
Lawless at double digits in the JV game as well. He's got the ball here. He's also got Carter Bork on him. Height mismatch in that situation. Kristen. Pierce. Boothbay Patience with that 9-point lead.
Boy, it's a long possession, Rob.
Sure is. Lawless trying to work on Schaefer. Rice, kick back outside. Sullivan had time to let it go, but thought better of it. Rice. Return pass. Rice. Hits it. It's a 2. His toe is on the line.
Well, they run at least a minute, if not 2 minutes off of the clock.
That was a long
They
possession.
get it open look. They knock it down. That's frustrating defensively for Halldale. They played good defense that entire time. Give up the shot.
Scoop shots won't go for Stebbins. Had to alter that as he had Pierce in his way and his trip through the lane. Rice got a step on Wilson. Scores off the glass.
Yeah, good strong dribble drive there by Rice. A little jump stop off the window for a deuce.
Leads
After a 13-point lead.
Yeah, Baker's dozen. Sam Schaefer back outside to Wilson. A foul called on Ben Pierce. That's a second foul on Pierce. And
He'll
fifth
need to
on
be
Boothbay.
smart for this next 4.5 minutes.
And they'll take him out. Cade Names came back in. Byron, a high arcing shot. Won't go. Halldale's rattled a bunch close. They haven't dropped for them. Ames, the kick out to Sullivan. Kristen's open again. And that looked good when he let it go, but wouldn't fall for him. And Matt Sullivan crashing in on the rebound. Draws the foul.
And a shooting foul. Looked like he was in the rebounding action, but ruled that he was going right back up with it. Looks
On
like.
Max Byron. Referee's explaining that to the Halldale bench. One more for Matt Sullivan. He's in the rebounding action, going back up for the shots. $14-point lead now as Sullivan hits 1 of 2. Both teams now with 5 fouls here in the second half.
See, with Pierce out of the game, looks like it's more of a 2-3 zone that Boothbay is running, trying to pack it in.
Owen Austin. Again close, but just off targets.
The challenge is defensive rebounding without Pierce on the floor. So far, Boothbay is 2 for 2.
Lawless kept it alive, but it rolled to Carter Bork. Stebbins. Shooter's roll finally, the Bulldogs. They've had luck on the other side when they've clanged one off the rim. That time it rolled off the glass and down for 2.
Yeah, Stebbins been a little more aggressive tonight, finding his shot than I've seen this season so far. The senior taking it upon himself to create some shots in transition and early in the offense.
Kristen back outside. Here's Cade Names. Well, that break for Pierce isn't going to last very long. He's already up to check back in.
Sullivan Rice joins him.
Ames. With the basketball on that left hand. And a foul called. A little confusion out there, but there's a player control foul being called. And it goes on Cade Names. Waiting to see what Jeff Mertzel was going to say there. My initial inclination was player control, but I wanted to wait and hear it from the official himself.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a team control foul, actually. Went careening into the defender after
Oh,
passing the
gone.
ball,
Yep.
but he ruled it was before he had made the pass, so it was your typical charging call and a turnover.
Austin doubled in the corner. Leach, the open man, hits. Carter Bork was doubled and found Leach for 2. Ames and Byron battling outside. Matt Sullivan with it here. Sullivan blocked by Leach. The Bulldogs quickly back down court. Passes behind Stebbins. Bork baseline, lost it off his foot.
See Leach making plays on both ends. Really skies to get that block on the three-pointer. Haldale can't handle it on the other end. Turns into a turnover.
10-point lead for Boothbay. Timeout call. We'll take one as well. 2:19 remaining here, as you see, in the second quarter on Munzing Media.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
Bulldogs trying to claw back into this contest, but every time they get close, it seems like Boothbay answers back. A 10-point lead. Let's take a look at the heel point standings. We'll talk more about this at halftime. Heel point standings we didn't think were going to matter, but they do now, in Central Maine especially, and other places, given the pod tournaments that are going to be playing. And we see here in the girls' side of things, Haldale leads the heels, mostly because of that win over Gardner, a big winner over a Class A team, is good for a lot of points in Class C. We'll talk more about that at halftime, a couple minutes away. Boothbay's got some options as far as their potential postseason as well we'll talk about. No-look pass down low. Won't drop for Caleb Ames. Both Ames and now Caleb and Caden. First time they've been on the floor together, I believe. 3 on the way, Leach, no. Stebbins crashed the boards. To no avail as it's back down floor. Sullivan Rice off the glass as he got his man to go flying by. Leach tried to come back and save it.
Yeah, fundamentals there by Sullivan Rice. Heard the footsteps, pump faked, let the man go by, lay it in for an easy 2.
Carter Bork. Not sure Austin was ready for that. Caleb Ames stole it away. Here's Rice again, kicked out. Caleb spins, puts the shot up, short. Austin saves for Haldale with 1:17 remaining in the half. Stebbins, still aggressive, rolls it down.
Ian Stebbins, again, aggressive in transition, looking to create his own shot here tonight, and finds another 2.
Ames outside, Kristen. Not that time, he's hit a couple. That was Sullivan, 20, who took that shot. Speaking of 20, it's Owen Austin back. Count it. And the foul on Caden Ames.
Caden Ames trying to get position and go for that charge. You see the last take here by Stebbins. He likes that right block if he can get there, and he has the strength and the athleticism to find his spot and find his 2 on that dribble drive.
Wilson back in for Haldale. Nace Lawless back in for Boothbay.
Say in transition again, Owen Austin attacking the basket as Ames didn't quite get the position. And Austin will go here and 1. You see here's Austin, the baseline take. Just avoids that middle line of the body contact. Ames tries to sell it, didn't. Got the and 1 opportunity.
Couldn't get the free throw to drop. It remains an 8-point game. 40 seconds remaining in the half. Pierce. Caden Ames. Caleb's gone off. Sees the lone Ames on the floor for now. Sullivan was in trouble, but got it away to Sullivan Rice. So both Sullivans there. Matt Sullivan and Sullivan Rice out there. Lawless didn't want to take that shot with 20 seconds remaining. Good choice to kill more time for Boothbay. We've seen them be patient, look for a good look. Got a decent one, but the shot missed. Haldale will still 10 seconds now to pull a little closer. Wilson with 5. Outside, Austin for three, too strong. Put back attempt, no, and that'll be it. On half number one, a 31-23 lead for Boothbay at the break. Well, we step aside, total up some numbers, come back and give you those individual totals and talk about the upcoming pod tournaments and those ideas that are going on in Central Maine and around the state. Brandon and I will talk about that when we return to the Penny Gymnasium here in Farmingdale. 31-23, you see the score. The visitors Boothbay on top on Munzing Media.
I really love working at P&G because of the impact that I'm making on my community.
Once a year we will shut down our facility, and it's really cool because at that point we have close to 400 people that are spreading out over the community, helping out all of these nonprofits.
It's just a great day where we all get together and help the community, and we all have fun. And it's just rewarding to be able to give back and help other people. So that was something that we're really glad that they started. And then shutting the whole plant down and do it as a group is a big deal also.
Everybody here looks forward to that day. It's I don't know, it just energizes everyone knowing that we're going out and we're truly helpful out in the community. And we donate, we shut down our plant for 2 days to be able to leverage all of this manpower to go out and accomplish things that some companies say they can't even get done in a year with the volunteers they have. So we go out in 1 day and for several hours, go out there and do it. And people are just so excited when they know that we're coming to do that and ask us that year, can you come back and do this again? This is great. So it's a really good sense of pride at every level throughout that day of caring, no matter where you go out in the community. Everyone is very excited about it.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munzing Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munzing Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation.
Live look at the Penny Gymnasium here in Farmingdale, Halldale High School at the break. 8-point lead for Boothbay. The Seahawks have really controlled this game from the get-go. Halldale's attempted to claw back into it and get that lead down to 3 or 4. Succeeded in a couple occasions, but Boothbay extended it back to 8 here at the break. Let's take a look at some of the individual numbers, and Brendan Terrell has those.
Yeah, first for the visiting Seahawks, Caden Ames has 1 point. Matt Sullivan chipped in with 1 point off the bench. Caleb Ames has 3. Sullivan Rice with 6 points. Ben Pierce with 8 points. And Griffin Kristen, team high 12 points so far in that first half, as Kristen knocked down 3 3-pointers, and Boothbay as a team knocked down 4 3-pointers, which is a difference maker in that first half, here holding just an 8-point lead. On the other side for Halldale, the hometown Bulldogs, TJ Wilson had 3 points, Max Byron had 2, Owen Austin had 2, Ricky Elliott came off the bench and had 3, Jackson Leach with 2, Sam Schaefer with 2, Carter Bork with high with 6. Very balanced scoring attack for Halldale. As you see, that's 6, 7, 8 different players scored in that first half. Nobody more than 6, and they just made 2 3-pointers as a team. So that's been a difference maker from behind the arc. Advantage Seahawks in that first half.
So 31-23 the score line. Heel points on the line in this contest, and let's take a look at the boys' heels. They're put together by Maine Basketball Rankings. You can follow him on Twitter. MEBBall Rankings is where to find him. And these are the boys' standings overall, and heel points matter not for the MPA state tournament. Of course, that would be going on right now if that was happening in Maine this year. But a lot of pod tournaments going on. For Halldale, they'll be playing in a CD pod tournament with Kennebec, Franklin, and Somerset County. And for the Bulldogs, the looks of things right now where they stand, Halldale in a pretty good spot for a home game to start things off, as they are the third-seeded team and Madison and Winthrop ahead of them so far. But really, you'd think they're going to have a home game.
Yeah, you don't have the Class D teams on here, like Forest Hills, for example.
I
Not
did
sure
look at that.
where they would fall.
They're a little lower overall just because they haven't played. I mean, the Bulldogs have had the luxury of playing some larger schools.
Right. Yeah, so definitely looked like at least the first round in position to host, and may have to go on the road after that. Of course, these heel points, so difficult to compile this season, especially. Some of these are, big early season wins back in, early January, where teams had, times when they were shut down for COVID, and some teams didn't practice nearly as much as others, and they were missing players due to COVID, and so it's been a topsy-turvy season, no doubt. But just the fact that we have some form of heel points here to calculate and to discuss, and we have some kind of tournaments going on in a couple weeks, that makes for fun.
I want to state, too, these unofficial heel point standings as of right now, because it has been extremely difficult this year more than others to get all the scores updated and in, because every game matters in heel points.
It's so difficult.
It's not just who you beat, it's who the teams you've played have also beaten as well. So
that's right.
That's an approximate look. I'm sure knowing the compiler of this, that it's a fairly accurate look, but it's not overly official. So if you're looking at that and saying, well, my team's got one win or loss missing, again, this is just kind of the closest we got going to airtime today.
It's so hard, if you have an opponent that you've beaten and then they turn around and they play some, Class D school, you have to go track down those results, every single time. And in typical season, those results are all posted to the MPA heel point site. This season, of course, they're scattered all over the place. So it's really, really a challenge.
And Boothbay has the option to play in a postseason tournament as well. I know they've been invited to play in a Mid-Coast tournament that'll have schools from Belfast through the Mid-Coast. The teams like Boothbay have played so far already: Madomic, Cameron Hills, Lincoln Academy, I believe, Oceanside, all in there. Last I knew, though, Boothbay hadn't said whether or not they're going to accept that invite and play in the postseason or not yet, so I don't know if they will or they won't, but the opportunity's there. And I think I've seen most areas of the state of Maine kind of putting these pod tournaments together. The one exception, I'm not sure if anything's going on in southern Maine right now. Of course, they were the ones that started play the latest with a yellow designation before eventually starting play not very long ago, so I'm not sure what postseason, if any, will go down in Cumberland and York County.
Yeah, the senior class especially, really, has earned a shot at some type of a trophy, that they call themselves champions of, whatever region or whatever pod tournament it ends up being. And I'm sure they are going to go after it with all the intensity that they would at the Augusta Civic Center. And there are going to be some fantastic games, and I hope we do a bunch of them, right here, me and you, Rob.
That would be fun. Let's hope for some home games for the Halldale Bulldogs. Let's hope, if you're watching as a Halldale fan tonight, that the boys in red and white can come back with the 8-point deficit. If you're viewing from down in the Mid-Coast, down in Boothbay, you're happy with what you've seen so far. Your Seahawks with an 8-point lead at the break. We'll step aside and bring you the second half from Farmingdale after this on Munzing Media.
JMH Associates is a boutique financial and management consulting firm that can provide customized solutions for your business or personal affairs. We can provide management expertise to your small business, personal financial guidance, and organizational structure for your personal and business needs. This will allow for better communication and execution with your other financial partners. We help establish businesses, we'll help you start a new business, and we can provide IT support for your business needs. We are JMH Associates. We're proud to be associated with MunzingMediaSports.com.
Hey everyone, Travis Mills, partner at CBU Benefits, coming to you today to explain a little bit more about the packages that we offer. Today I have Alex, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover critical illness, why it's so important for you to have it, what it means, and we're going to find a way to get you covered through CBU Benefits.
So one of our more innovative products that we have is our critical illness policy. Now for us, it's called Active Care. It's a lump sum product from $5,000 all the way up to $100,000 for cancer, for heart issues. Really, it covers 28 critical illnesses. So we call this our Active Care product. So for just a few dollars a month, you can cover yourself for life's unexpected events of cancer, heart, the 28 critical illnesses, even going into diabetic amputation, Alzheimer's disease. So come over to CBU Benefits and get information about how you can protect yourselves for life unexpected events.
Halldale starts with the basketball, down 8 points for this second half, and the boys in whites will attack the basket to our left. Stebbins doubled in the corner. Trying to fight his way out of that. Great defense by the Seahawks to get the ball back after just 8 seconds.
See, Coach Rangelo was really working the whiteboard at halftime, instructing his club, I'm guessing, on how to attack the 1-3-1 zone. First possession, not so good.
An opportunity looking over his shoulder, Sullivan Rice, and took the shot. Wouldn't fall for him. Maybe it's the basket down to the right that's unforgiving tonight. Dished off to Schaefer. Rolled off his finger too strong. Back out to Stebbins. No. And the rebound, Caleb Ames.
A couple good looks there from Halldale. Come up empty. Tough when they're trying to close this 8-point gap.
Well, the shots they wanted, I think. Couldn't succeed. Caleb Ames. Christian. Now it's Pierce. And the height advantage on Schaefer. Just wouldn't drop for him.
There's little Dirk Nowitzki 1-foot fadeaway.
And Wilson got hung up, traveled. They'll keep the basketball down here with Boothbay. TJ almost got away. Left the ball behind for a moment.
Halldale, a couple turnovers early in this third quarter. Now that's going to be on Schaefer. Pierce is going to go to the line.
Schaefer had no way of knowing that Wilson got a hand in on that. Almost stole that away. So Pierce, the all-conference senior, gets another. Trying to make it a 10-point lead.
Just gave his ghost teammate some high fives after he made that one.
Props from the Invisible Boys.
See, Gardner girls Gardner girls are winning 51-32 against Maranacook over in Gardner tonight. Dominant score.
And Coach Gray's team is starting to peak at the right time. Wilson for three, liked the look, so did I in fact, but it came up just a little short. Caden Ames. Rice. Wilson stuck to him. Now Pierce outside. Rice in the corner. That was knocked away from Bork. Ends up with Wilson. Stebbins. Took it himself. Bork the putback. No. How about now? Third time's the charm. Carter Bork.
They've had some good looks here in the third quarter. Points have been hard to come by. Bork finally gets that one on the third look.
Caleb Ames in the corner, watched by Carter Bork. Pierce outside. Caden's open. Iron, no. Bork the rebound.
A good strong rebound there by Bork.
Wilson. Byron open for three. He wants it. Short. Saved over in the corner by Caden Ames. Ames got out of trouble. Ames outside. Look out. That's Christian. He'll take the long two and buries it.
Griffin Christian. He's a shooter. Say they closed out hard at the three-point line, which they need to do here in the second half. Christian takes one dribble, knocks it down anyway.
Byron too strong. 10-point lead for Boothbay. Just when the Bulldogs have some hope, just when they think they've got it figured out, they have the answers, and Boothbay changes the questions. Hard to stop that man down low, Ben Pierce. He'll go to the line.
See the high pick and roll action with Pierce setting the ball screen, rolling to the basket. They deliver that pass high above where Pierce resides, and no choice there from Byron except to foul him, send him to the line.
That's two on Byron. One more for Pierce. No fouls in the second half by Boothbay. Of course, they've been real careful with a short bench. We're seeing Forest Hills in one of their dominant teams. I talked to their coach, Anthony Emro, before a game in the Augusta Civic Center. They had 8 players. He simply said, we don't foul. He was right. They didn't. Not used to seeing a short bench for Boothbay, though. Coach Dan Hallinan has managed it very well as Wilson steps into a three, I believe. It was.
Wilson finds a gap in that 1-3-1 zone. They're slow to close out on him, and he doesn't need much space. He's got a quick trigger.
Austin knocked that away. Here's Wilson again. Will he take it all the way? He will. 5 quick points for TJ Wilson.
Wilson with the explosive dribble drive. And now Ames. Here's the footsteps. You see here Wilson. Crossover. finds just a little space, gets off that quick J, splash.
TJ comes out, another three-point bomber. Isaac Ward is in. Bulldogs have to get rid of this. They don't.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. Halldale failing to execute a baseline inbounds play. That's usually their bread and butter, executing those, getting 6 or 8 points a game off of those inbounds play situations. See a 5-second turnover call there.
Ames outside, Sullivan Rice. A spin away from Stebbins. Caleb Ames to Caden. Pierce calls it back to survey the scene and resets. Rice. Ames, tough shot. Was out of bounds off Halldale. It'll stay Boothbay basketball. Here's Matt Sullivan back in for Caden Ames. Now Rice has to get it in and does. Caleb Ames finishes the job.
See, it's Boothbay instead executing on the baseline inbounds for an easy deuce.
Stebbins too hard. Leach came in out of control. The foul's called on him.
So he almost made that putback. Instead, he's going to get called for the foul, initiating that contact and the rebound action. Don't think he minds that one. That's just a hustle foul there.
Matt Sullivan up over the top to Pierce. Oh, great dish. The second chance won't roll. Ames has that swatted away. Good looks for Boothbay. They don't convert. They will keep the basketball, though, as that's out of bounds.
A couple good looks there from Sullivan Rice. Can't get either one. So off the nice pass from Pierce. You have to double him on the lob.
Rice, the jump stop. That won't go either.
Yeah, 3 good looks. Ofer on that trip for Rice.
Rice just walked away shaking his head. He did everything right. Just couldn't get it to drop for him. Stebbins lost the handle. Saved by Austin. Leach, 3. Too strong. Stebbins underneath. Leach crashes. Boy, we've got a lot of near misses in this game, haven't we?
And what offensive rebounds by Halldale, too, but can't get that to finish.
Sullivan Rice rattles it home.
Rice finds another good spot on the dribble drive. Gets the 2, extends the lead back out to 11. See Boothbay playing man-to-man defense here. They've played a lot of 1-3-1 zone in this game. Don't want Halldale to get too comfortable against it, though.
Byron switches to the right hand. Followed up his miss, but knocked it out of bounds. Sam Schaefer, TJ Wilson back in for Halldale. On the wrong end of an 11-point game. Wilson in, really hounding Rice. Pierce. Matt Sullivan back to Pierce. Kissed off the glass for 2. Needs a baker's dozen again. I believe this is Boothbay's largest.
1-4 high set.
Well, they had a lead of 13 one other time. Wilson around the screen. No. Pierce, the easiest rebound he'll get. Kind of stood in one place, and it came right to him. There's Pierce with it again. Ames had it knocked away to Max Byron. Byron stops over Pierce and hits.
Yeah, that's a long arm in your face there. Max Byron gets the jumper anyway.
He knew better than to challenge Pierce down inside. That was the smart play. Speaking of inside, there's Pierce.
See Schaefer now playing behind, looking to push him out and get a dig down action from the perimeter. Leads to a miss there.
Byron again, the floater, no. Leach had a hand on it for a moment. Finally picked up by Pierce. Minute and a half remaining third quarter. 11-point lead for Boothbay. They've got the basketball. Foul calling that pass underneath. It's the first on the Bulldogs here in the second half.
See the replay here. Nice high pass to Pierce.
Oh, yeah.
And he finishes up and over the crowd. That's what 6'8" will do for you.
Fouls on Jackson Leach is second. Rookie Elliott back in, Carter Bork as well. Nace Lawless is in too. Speaking of, it's a little short in that shot, but had a teammate down low, second chance. Griffin Christian was fouled, he'll go to the line.
See Jackson Leach again skying to block a shot, but Boothbay working around the basket. Get a couple more looks at it, and Ricky Elliott fouls him there in the putback action.
Griffin Christian gets one more. Cade Names replacing Sullivan Rice. Maybe Christian's too close to the basket. He's been hitting from behind the arc. That's been his shot tonight.
He could move back if he wants to.
He was on target in the first half from behind the arc. Wilson trying his luck. That won't go. Cade Names skies for the rebound. Here comes the sophomore. Outside. I thought Christian was going to let that fly as well. Sam Schaefer, I think, thought so too. So he got right out there on the sophomore. Matt Sullivan. Caleb Ames. Now it's Christian again. Couldn't shake Elliott. Lawless taking his time. Caleb Ames, baseline floater, good. Boothbay takes their time in their possessions, looks for the shot they want.
It can be deflating as a defense to work and work for it. Really a tough shot that Ames went for there, but got it to go.
That's stolen away. Leach on the hardwood. Coach Ranslow calls timeouts with 15.4 seconds remaining. We'll keep it here. Thanks very much for watching wherever you're watching tonight. Viewers in 2 countries and 14 states right now, from as far away as Iowa, Kansas, Florida, Wisconsin, all watching tonight. We thank you for viewing. Thank you for your donations tonight as well. There's a link to click if you want to donate to help keep these broadcasts in high definition and free online. We're bringing Halldale High School and middle school boys and girls basketball all winter long. We did the soccer and field hockey games in the fall, and of course, same thing going on over at Gardner High School. 2 games going on simultaneously tonight as the Gardner Tigers girls and Maranacook battling at Gardner at the Bergoli Gymnasium. Here across town, across the border, the Penny Gymnasium, Halldale and Boothbay. So a busy night for Munzing Media. And Rob Munzing sent me the stats. I'll take a second to look them up and see how many games we've done really in the last couple of months. 16 games this week, he says, and this is game 54 tonight in the last month.
Wow, that's impressive.
And Gardner will win tonight. Mike Ray's team, congratulations, knocking off Maranacook 55-36. Our producer Chris Wheeler tells us. So Mike Ray and those girls are rolling at the right time as they're heading to the postseason.
Say earlier in the season, Coach Gray himself had to be isolated for a while. They were without him. They had very few practices before their regular season started. So no surprise it took them a little while to get going, and no surprise that they are all steam ahead right now.
Full steam for TJ Wilson on a big 3. It's a 10-point game, but still time for Boothbay.
A big basket there for Halldale before the quarter break. Back down to 10.
Cade Names dish that off, and Lawless runs out of time. It's a 10-point game as we head to the fourth quarter here in Farmingdale. We'll take a look at that 3-pointer by Wilson as we head to the break.
See, out of the timeout, Coach Ranslow draws this up. Wilson gets the look, hand in his face. Get it off anyway, though, with that quick release. Drains it.
It's giving some hope for Halldale as we head to the fourth on Munzing Media.
Hey everyone, Travis Mills coming to you today to let you know more about CBU benefits and the plans that we offer. We're going to talk today about the accident plan and why it's so important for you to have the coverage that we offer.
So one of the things with this accident policy that's really important is that a lot of people don't even understand how it works or how to use it. People think, well, I'm never going to get injured, I'm never going to get hurt, so there's no reason for me to really have it. But statistics tell us that over 40 million people are in an accident every single year in the United States. And why that's so important is it's not just for the car accidents. If your kids are hurt on a playground, if you're hurt lifting something or out doing some kind of activity, there's always a need to claim on an accident policy. Whether you're a child or into the later years of life, there's always the need for an accident policy.
Thanks so much, Alex. I appreciate that. For more information, visit cbubenefits.com to get yourself protected from lifestyle unexpected events.
You know, we've entered a new age here when the referee looks to the scorer's table and the media table says, we good?
We're good, that's right.
Can have a red light like they do with the college broadcast up at UMaine. Lights on, we're still at commercial. Lights off, you're ready to go. Jeff Mertzel, of course, has done a lot of college games, so he's kind of used to that. A little new world, though, for high school. We'll see if that continues after COVID's over. I think web streaming's here to stay. A lot of schools
absolutely. It's been a fantastic, rise in popularity and what they're capable of for the different live streaming services around the area. Really done a fantastic job this winter keeping parents, able to watch these games.
A lot of schools were doing it beforehand. I know you've worked a lot over at Augusta. Coney Rams games have been on for a long time, but it's really been good for a lot of schools to kind of takes a while to really establish it, but once you get that up and established, there's a lot you can do in a short amount of time. Boothbay has had their games on cable access and streaming for years as well with Boothbay Regional Cable down there. Boy, they've had some teams to look at, both on the boys and girls side. Pierce deliberate again. 40 seconds already taken off the clock. Ames spun, stepped through trouble and filled it.
See, Ames, not the tallest guy on the court, but he gets some tough moves, very assertive down there on the block.
Restores that 12-point lead for Boothbay. Byron outside to Schaefer. Ian Stebbins. 3 on the way. Byron no good. Had to readjust his mask that fell down when he jumped up. Players adjusted to those masks quickly, but it's not easy playing with a face covering. Ames again, quick first step, and he hits. Caden Ames, a couple of big hoops out of the intermission.
Yeah, Halldale had visions of really closing this gap.
Oh.
Caden Ames says not so much.
Bork finishes. Kind of bad luck for Ben Pierce. Made a great play in that initial shot from Stebbins. Really altered the shot. But Bork, the big man, a putback for Halldale.
Bork cleans it up. We're back to 12.
Matt Sullivan to Sullivan Rice. Rice's shot, no. Second chance, no. Third time, no. Bork grabbed the rebounds.
Yeah, Carter Bork was a big part of that. He was right up in Rice's face.
Leach knew it. He kept rolling. A traveling violation called. Owen Austin. He'll come in off Chris Ranslow's bench for Sam Schaefer.
I wonder who's going to step up and be a scorer for the Bulldogs here in the fourth quarter. TJ Wilson's up to 11 points. We mentioned Ian Stebbins being more assertive and trying to find or create shots for himself in this game. See which Bulldog can step up.
Nace Lawless dished that back outside. Right call, too, as Caden Ames scores with the right hand off the glass.
He's got a whole repertoire of moves down there on the block. Caden Ames, you can tell he's a smaller kid that's played some post.
Tough shot. Owen Austin had to take that over 6'8" Ben Pierce.
The running right-hander.
Kind of shots are indefensible. Really, you can't fault Ben Pierce. He did what he needed to do. Lawless in traffic. Kicked it out once again. Nace looks like he's grinning underneath that mask after that move. Sullivan Rice spins away from Stebbins. And the foul called.
See on the replay, Austin spins. Bit of a sky hook up and over. Pierce gets to touch off the window. Says, I'll take it.
I think Pierce in that situation just tips his cap. Says, all right, you got that one. You won't get most of those, but nice shot. Sullivan Rice gets another. Third foul on Jackson Leach. 6 on Halldale and Boothbay with that short bench. Still got the bagel up there. Not committed a foul here in the second half.
Saying the team that's used to playing at the deliberate pace that Boothbay plays at is going to be a tough opponent to come back against with a 14-point lead here, under 5 minutes remaining.
Austin in a battle of 20s. Won by Matt Sullivan that time as he forced Austin underneath. Here's a 3 on the way for Pierce. He's got one of those in the first half. Nearly made it 2. Byron got his man in the air. Bork, the putback. Boy, Carter Bork You've seen his game develop offensively on the glass throughout the course of this season.
Yeah, you see, he must practice that a lot. The ability to have a putback without having to come back down onto the floor. The ability to have the hang time and the touch to make those putbacks directly off the rebound is really a big weapon.
Nice pass from Caden Ames to Sullivan Rice, who finishes.
Rice now has 12 points in the game.
Austin. Wilson came in underneath. Just couldn't get the roll. Got a timeout called by Dan Hallinan halfway through this fourth quarter. And a 14-point lead.
Say the replay, Carter Bork, ability to get up, get the rebound, and make a nice soft touch putback all in one. He gets a deuce. Still a 14-point lead.
Bodes well for Halldale in the future if you get your 6'5 sophomore starting to assert himself on the glass, as he's just going to get bigger and better as years go on. And that's kind of been an element that Halldale has missed a little bit the last couple of years, has been that big man down low. They've had a lot of other pieces, but really kind of a true force down on the post is something that Halldale has really been looking for, and Carter Bork might be one of the people who can fill that role in the next couple of years.
Yeah, Bork up to 9 points in the game. He's battled inside, made things tough around the basket for Boothbay. Made some putbacks at the offensive glass. Not quite the performance he had against Mount Ararat last Saturday when he was Caps' Pizza's player of the game, but a pretty good effort nonetheless.
How many fouls on Bork tonight?
That's a good question. I'm way off on fouls on my
It's not
my
many.
thing here.
You might have 2, I think.
We'll go with 2.
No more than 2, I know that. And that's been the thing that early in the season was real trouble for Bork, because he usually picked up 2 oftentimes in the first quarter.
See a little 1-3-1 zone of their own here applied by Halldale, looks like.
Pierce hits it. 1 foul, Chris Wheeler says, on Carter Bork. So again, another part of his game that I think has developed over the course of the year. So that discipline. Basket counts for Wilson.
Yeah, great take.
Fouled by Caden Ames on the way by. The first foul of the second half on Boothbay comes with 3:35 to go in the fourth quarter. So
replay here by Wilson just picks up a little contact there from Ames, keeps the dribble alive, gets the basket, and 1.
DJ's got 1 more. I was looking to see if Boothbay could make it the entire half without a foul.
Great hustle by Schaefer.
Tried to save it. He's trapped over in the corner. Here's Griffin Christian back in for Boothbay. He's had himself a great night shooting from the outside. Bulldogs need stops essentially every time that Boothbay comes up the floor. And Schaefer tried to draw the offensive foul. Did not do so.
He didn't really have the contact in the frame of his body. Trying to sell one there. Nobody was buying. Mr. Mertzel wasn't buying anyway.
He was just a split second late to try to draw that contact. Sullivan Rice gets the first. The Boothbay senior hits them both. It's a 16-point lead now for Boothbay.
The offensive efficiency is something to behold here from Boothbay. The pace they play at, the deliberate nature, but they're still poised to go over 60 points here. Still 3 minutes left in the game.
Defense ain't bad either, is it? Christian for 3, got it, yeah. Get him behind the stripe, that's where he's got to shoot from. Forget those free throws.
It's 4 3-pointers for Kristen.
We were giving Boothbay's players a pizza tonight. Griffin Christian will be in the short list.
That foul's on Ben Pierce. Another good aggressive take by Ian Stebbins. See that replay there back on the other end.
That's 3 on Pierce. 1 more for Stebbins. Third foul doesn't matter much now, though, with just 2:55 to go and a 19-point lead. Very convincing performance here in the third and fourth quarter for the Seahawks. Those last couple of free throws kind of emblematic as to how the second half's gone for Halldale.
Half chances, haven't been able to finish them.
Rice got rid of it before he traveled. Caden Ames had to get the handle back. Rice again, Pierce calls for it. They go up over the top to him. Kissed outside and laid in for 2.
Yeah, great ball movement there by the Seahawks. Going inside out, Pierce finds Ames.
Yeah, Caleb Ames that time. It's a 21-point lead. That really kind of happened quickly as Wilson tried to cut 2 into it. Couldn't do so. There's a whole phalanx of players over at the scorer's bench ready to check in. 5 for Halldale and both bench players for Boothbay. As both coaches kind of know, this one's, at least in the WL column, is in the books. I'm kind of glad Ian Stebbins made that foul as well, as that'll get his teammates a chance to come in and play those last 2 minutes. They'll send Rice to the line. Here come the Halldale subs. Keegan Charrette's in now. Aiden Beal, number 15. Nick Brown's come in too, number 5. Number 14 is Ryan Ahern. And Keegan Charrette, number 11. So I don't think we've seen Ahern play varsity minutes so far this year, but he's getting a chance tonight. And Rice makes it a 23-point lead. Nick Brown was busy in the JV game handling the basketball. Tried to work that back down low to Ben Nathan, who's also in. Was stolen away. And Cade Ames puts 2 more on the total. Ahern. He'll shoots. Followed his shots. Charette fires, no. Volleyball back to Caden Ames. Here he comes. He knows he doesn't need any more points, so he slows things down and lets the team catch up to him. Rice. Trying to work on Beal. Now, Kristen's dying to throw up another one the way it's gone tonight for him. Matt Sullivan. Dan Hallinan says we don't need to shoot. Run it out, guys. Just killing the clock here. Rice with it now. Ames. Yeah, they're just asphyxiating the clock. It's like what Bob Cousy and the Celtics used to do in the pre-shot clock days of the NBA. Pass it, dribble it. Just watch the time swirl down the drain. Emphatic win tonight, though, for Boothbay. Really impressed by them in the second half, especially.
Yeah, very impressive execution on both ends of the floor. Say, Halldale seemed like coming out of every quarter break, they wanted to make a surge and make a run to get back, but they never really able to close it back within much closer than 8 or 10 here in the second half, as Boothbay just kept getting stops, kept executing offense and making shots when they were available.
Halldale won 4 of the last 5 against Boothbay coming into this game, but it's the Seahawks tonight, emphatically, 68-43, a 25-point win for Boothbay. We'll total it up and talk about it after this on Munzing Media.
Feel like cooking dinner? Call Caps's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Caps's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsuspizza.com.
Back here with you in Farmingdale. 68-43 the final score tonight. Boothbay winning their 4th game of the season. And very convincing fashion tonight with a 25-point win. Halldale now 500 at 4-4. So we'll see how the Heels are impacted by this. We'll take a look tomorrow. You can as well if you want to look online. Maine Basketball Rankings is what you want to Google or go on Twitter. MEB Ball Rankings is where you'd find him on Twitter to find out all the information. He's got Game of the Day up there. The Patreon service is good, too. There's a lot more numbers that get included with that as well, and that's worth the money. But just overall on the website by itself, just seeing the heel points and all the results, he's done a great job in a very difficult task trying to keep track of all the basketball games being played, I think, in the state. I think he's trying to do this statewide as well and has done a magnificent job doing so. Here tonight, though, just too much for Boothbay, and really some balance on this team as well. You can certainly talk about Griffin Christian outside, but he wasn't the only story for this Seahawks team.
Yeah, Griffin Christian, as we can go to the numbers from from Boothbay. He was the team high, 17 points, made 4 3-pointers. Matt Sullivan off the bench had 1. Caleb Ames had 9. Caden Ames also had 9. Ben Pierce with 16 points. Sullivan Rice with 16 points. And then Griffin Kristen with the 17. 6 scorers for Boothbay.
6 scores out of 7 players is a pretty decent balance overall. How about for Halldale?
Over on the other side for the hometown Bulldogs, we had Sam Schaefer with 2, Jackson Leach with 2, Ricky Elliott with 3, Max Byron with 4, Owen Austin with 4, and we had Ian Stebbins with 6, Carter Bork with 9, and TJ Wilson with a team high 13.
Let's name our Caps's Pizza Player of the Game before we go tonight. I want to thank Caps's Pizza, as always, for sponsoring the Player of the Game. The Halldale player that we name Player of the Game gets a free 10-inch one-topping pizza from Caps's Pizza. And you're looking at him tonight, Ian Stebbins, the senior, with 6 points tonight and a strong effort at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, we mentioned it a few times throughout the game. Stebbins really aggressive with his dribble drives and transition, trying to create shots for himself. A little more assertive than we've seen him in prior games, trying to bring his team back and close down this lead a little bit. Ultimately wasn't successful in that. But he had a good aggressive ball game here tonight, a couple of exemplary dribble drives where he's able to have great hang time and finish through traffic. So congratulations, Ian. You earned yourself a pizza.
So Friday night, classic matchup here in Farmingdale, the MVC battles between Boothbay and Halldale, as they've done so many Friday nights beforehand. This time goes to the visitors, 68-43 the final score. Boothbay with the win. I want to thank Evan Grady tonight. He was running our camera for both the varsity and JV contests. Chris Wheeler, our production person tonight, all the replays and production, he handled that. I want to thank my broadcast partner, Brendan Terrell, joining me for the varsity game tonight. Thanks for stepping in. Looking forward to doing it again next week, I think.
Yeah, looking forward to it. There's just a couple of weeks left. Let's make the most of it.
Yeah, it's been a fast season, as always is, faster more so this season. My name is Rob Kennedy saying goodbye from Farmingdale. I'll mention that score once again. Boothbay 68, Halldale 43. Good night, everybody. You've been watching on Munzing Media.